Hey everybody, Gary here with Pow Music, and in this video we're going to go over how to get out of the basic minor pentatonic scale to hit some of these chord tones that are out of the scale, particularly the major third on each of the dominant 7 chords in a 1-4-5 progression. So in the blues, we've got these 7th chords, right? In a basic blues, not a minor blues, right? And in each of these chords, the major third, this note, is not in the minor pentatonic scale. Here's another place where it is. And here, then the 4 chord, this major third, not in the scale. Not in the scale. Major thirds. Then this chord, not in the scale. Right, back to 5. Okay, so now I'm going to target just those major thirds on each chord in my solo. I'm going to play some simple phrases starting in minor pentatonic, but then landing on the major third, sometimes at the very beginning, right when the chord change happens, sometimes not. But I'm just going to demonstrate some simple phrases, all right? So here we go. We're on the 5. On the 4. I'll wait till we start over to really get into it. Alright, so here we're starting over. So I'm going to start over here. You see that? Major third. Major third. Major third. Alright, so I want to give you a few tips on how to memorize where these thirds are within the first shape and the House of Blues. So in the House of Blues, the third of the 1 chord is what I like to think of as the door into the House of Blues. It's right there in the middle. Then the third of the 4 chord I like to think of as the balcony right off the 2nd floor of the House of Blues. And then of the 5 chord, I like to think of as the window on the 2nd floor of the House of Blues. And that's it. So here's an example. Okay, so 1 chord. So now I'm going to walk in the door. Alright, now I'm going to go on the balcony for the 4 chord. Back through the front door. Now I'm going to go look out the window for the 5 chord. On the balcony for the 4. Front door for the 1. Window for the 5. Alright. So now let's look over here how we can memorize it. So, the 1 chord, we just come right off, right on the A string. 4 chord, we come right off 1 fret on the D string, and now back to the 1 on the A string. Now the third of the 5 chord and the 1 chord are right in between those pentatonic notes on the 3rd and 4th string, just like the blue note on the 5th string, which we'll go over in another lesson. Coming right off the shape to your left. Right? Just walking down. 4 chord coming right off the shape to your left. 1 chord. 5. Right in between those 2. 4. 1. 5. Right in between. Alright, so so now I'm going back in the House of Blues and I'm gonna hit these major thirds on the 1 chord, but now I'm gonna bend up to the major third of the 1 chord from 1 fret below. So that's a super bluesy move that you could do. All right, so I'm gonna take a break just to say that if you wanna see how to do this in the key of E, a totally different key, with the fret live animations, I'm gonna continue this lesson for my PAL Music patrons at patreon.com/palmusic. So also available for PAL Music patrons will be downloadable charts showing the relationship between the minor pentatonic scale in those two positions and the major thirds of the 1, 4, and 5 chord, just so you have a reference that you could look at while you're experimenting in your solo. If you join my Patreon, you'll also be able to download this jam track and get access to weekly live face-to-face small group video lessons. It's an awesome little community. Sometimes there's 2 people on, sometimes there's 6 or 7, and we're all kind of like the Brady Bunch on video, and we go back and forth. I like to help people one at a time, sometimes lead a group lesson, sometimes lead a jam. And I also have a special challenge for you, whether you're on Patreon or not, and that is to jam along to this backing track and outline those major thirds. So just create a simple solo, but where you're hitting those major thirds in your solo, and share it in the group. Right now it's been awesome. We have people posting challenges every day for my YouTube videos, so be sure to join up there. I'll have the link in the description and participate in the challenge. Now, if you feel like this stuff is just a little too advanced for you, or you want to kind of scale it back and just learn how to create musical phrases using just a few notes at a time, definitely check out my Soloing for Complete Beginners course, where we literally just start with 1 note and focus on phrasing before building out the whole pentatonic scale or getting into any of these more advanced concepts. All right, so we're gonna get back into the lesson now, but before we do, just wanted to say, if you like the video, please click like. If you want to see more like it, please subscribe, and please also leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Your feedback means a lot. All right, here we go. So I also want to make the point that you don't have to hit these major thirds. This is just a way to add another element to the sophistication of your soloing, or to really feel the chord changes, right? You know, I'm gonna solo with almost no major thirds, and then maybe I'll add a couple. Let's see what happens. And there's also all the other notes of the chord, which you'll probably hit using your ear anyway. So what I did do there, though, is bend the minor third a little bit toward the major third, which I talked about earlier. I did the same thing there, and this works especially on the 1 chord. Still haven't hit any of the major thirds. That was all just pentatonic. Now I'm going to add a few. 3. Alright, so now it's your turn to try to solo over this track and hit some of those major thirds. And I challenge you to record yourself and post a video or audio clip in the Fretboard Adventures Facebook group. Get some feedback from your peers, leave some feedback. The link to that is in the description. And whether you're just starting out or you're a veteran player, sharing your music is always a great idea and always feels great. So I hope to see you in the group, and have fun jamming. Alright everybody, so we're going to get into the key of E now. Maybe I'll see you on Patreon. At the very least, I hope to see you at Fretboard Adventures on Facebook, where you can participate in this challenge. Happy playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Before I go, I just want to extend a huge thank you to Joff Weathermax, Don Stringham, William Spencer, Alan Leah, Derek Young, Cam Chernachon, and all of the PAL Music patrons. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. It means the world to me. Happy playing, and I'll see you next time.